Hey all, and welcome back for another HellfireComms Patreon Quick Look. Today we're going to be taking a look at Little Witch Academia Chamber of Time for the PlayStation 4. This was commissioned by POTK, Phantom of the Night, and I have Tanner with me for this one because it's weeb-tastic. Let's begin.
I mean, yeah, it's pretty. It's I'd say out of most anime though, Little Witch Academia is kind of low on the weeb scale. Like, even though it's an anime, it doesn't try and be very anime. But I have a question for you, Tom. Have you seen anything for Little Witch Academia?
No, I haven't actually.
Well, you are going to be in for a game that barely introduces anything to you.
Lovely. How do I put auto on? That would be nice.
I think it is the triangle button.
Yes, it is.
That's what it is in almost every game nowadays, which is nice. I love that feature.
No, like, English voice acting and whatnot?
So this game does not feature the English voice cast, which is a bit of a shame because the English dub cast is, in my opinion, vastly superior. I do really enjoy the English cast, but Namco Bandai, if it's not Naruto, they don't dub it, sadly.
If it's not Naruto, I don't give a shit. So what's the concept of both the game and Little Witch Academia as a whole?
Alright, so, Tom, do you know Harry Potter?
Yes.
Okay, all girls.
Okay.
Anime. You're good.
But isn't that just like the worst witch?
Okay, Tom, you know the worst witch?
Yeah.
Anime. You're good.
Okay.
It's a very basic sort of characters go to school, magic stuff happens, but there's a deeper plot going on, and, you know, it's tropey.
Yeah,
again, to say the least. But the whole story of Little Witch Academia is you star as Atsuko Kagari, a Japanese transfer student, who actually cannot really use magic, but she really wants to be a witch.
Oh, okay, so My Hero Academia.
Little bit, except where Deku actually gets, you know, powers and stuff to help him along the way. Akko is kind of just... she tries. Doesn't really. It's, to provide context, when you start off this game, her intelligence is 2.
Oh.
Other characters as much. Okay, so there are introductions a little bit here. If you hit yes to these, they introduce a bit of the story to you using anime stills.
Okay. Main character. Good stuff, good stuff. I thought that was a stand for a second, though.
That'd be so cool. I mean, Shiny Chariot is already pretty close to a stand name.
Oh, interesting. Well, I've heard little bits and pieces about Little Witch, like, they do actually take in other cultures, like, stuff, like, the Pale Witch, like, she's from another country, isn't she?
Susie, she's from the Philippines there, and she uses a Filipino witch broom, which is really cool. Like, they really go all in. Yeah, no, because this is like a worldwide sort of school thing, they all kind of warp here from different countries. You do have characters from everywhere, and they all bring, especially in this game, you get to talk to them all, where they're just background characters mostly in the anime, but here you get to talk to them and interact with them in a really cool way. And just hearing them talk about, oh yeah, in my country we eat this, and like, it's actually, I really like it.
Cool. I have to admit, I am looking forward to the next Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them, just for that sort of aspect. Like, I want to see the American school and whatnot, maybe in, I don't know, the third movie.
For sure.
Oh. Yeah, this was in the first Harry Potter movie as well.
Yep. Oh yeah, no, it's to say it follows Harry Potter a bit close as it's kinda does. I mean, it's more of a general sort of, you know, super school story, but the Harry Potter comparisons are, the only thing that there's not is like dividing houses or anything. Like, they're all just in one school.
Okay, I guess that works out. So can she actually not do magic at all? Is that just the entire premise?
She can do some, but it's usually fails and does something wrong, or it's just not effective.
Okay.
The show is really good. Well, it's actually, I say it's a show, but it's a little bit more than that. The very first Little Witch Academia was actually a like a sort of school project for the new Trigger animators.
Okay.
Where they kind of got together, and it's 16 minutes long. It's a short, and they establish everything about the universe in this 16-minute short there.
Wow.
Using these brand new animators, and it was spectacular to a point where they then kickstarted a second short, which was 70 minutes long. And they got so far in the Kickstarter that they actually got then the English dubs. They got the rights given to Netflix to distribute them, so you can watch all of The Witch Academia on Netflix. And then later on, there was another show that Trigger did called Space Patrol Luluco. Have you heard of that one?
Yeah, I have.
Oh, it's really good. Where they just went to the Little Witch Academia world in an episode just randomly, and then the show ends with Akko, the main character, walking by the main character of that show, and then it says, next Trigger project, LWA, the series. And we're like, oh! So Trigger, definitely, they know how to hype up getting us into this series. And it's like, even when it was just the shorts, this world was so well made that people were super into it.
Well, I have to say, you're selling it to me completely, and I'm noticing a few things cut off on my screen right now, but that won't be on the actual footage.
Nope, it's all good for me.
Okay, how do I dash? Yeah, there
Dashing
you go.
is, right there. So by walking by characters who are talking, you can eavesdrop in on them, and I like how you conspicuously walk into the middle of all of them to eavesdrop. So the game does have an amazing lighting engine that renders it looking very similar to the actual show's art style. In the big open world sections, it's not as noticeable, but when you get to a talking section, they use the 3D space techniques that Guilty Gear uses to make it look like an anime in 3D.
Right. I'm not sure what I'm meant to be doing right now, but I'll just talk to everyone. It's all good.
That's pretty much what this is. So essentially, this is the start of summer vacation. Note, it's like Japanese summer vacation, so it's really more like winter break. Like, it's only a couple weeks there.
Okay.
So it's pretty much, it's the last day where, teachers are like, go have fun, but don't get too crazy. But here's the thing. Akko and her friends, Susie and Lotte, they're like, we're kind of in trouble, and we have other stuff we have to do first. So yeah, they had all these background characters designed for the show, including, I think there was a couple that were contest winners to be put in the show, which is cool.
That's cool,
but they were only just in the background, and they might get one line or two. This game, you actually get to know them personally, and I don't know if you see that big old clock in the corner that says it is currently 11 bong right now.
Right.
This game does use a Majora's Mask style characters follow a schedule system. And so you'll get a lot of, where's this character gonna be, and you can follow them throughout their day and get info about them.
Alright, let's head out, maybe. Oh.
Oh, here's the what? Or is this? Yeah, this is the mean teacher.
Oh. So what's the actual gameplay of Chamber of Time exactly?
So I'm going to let you know now, we are not going to get to that gameplay unless we want to be here for 2 hours.
Shit damn, no. Sorry, POTK.
So the main gameplay is actually it is a side-scrolling, Dragon's Crown style beat-em-up, with multiplayer and stuff, with semi-randomized dungeons, and you got enemies and stuff. So it's like a Final Fight or a Streets of Rage style game, but you're a witch, right? So you got magic instead of regular punches and stuff. And you kind of go through dungeons, and there's RPG style level ups and stuff. But the one thing that I feel is to the detriment of this game for sure, and what some people some people don't like this game. Because I would say this game is about 80 to 90% school life.
Okay.
The other only 10% is the actual combat gameplay, which I can definitely see being disappointing. I thought it wouldn't be like that, but I actually really kind of like. Now this is weird. I've told this to people and they have no idea what I'm talking about. This game to me feels like a PS2 era game.
I get that.
Where
I
you're
can
just
see that.
kind of thrown into it, and you're not really told about the schedule and stuff as much, and also Wangari's the best. Look, that's her leg up. She's kicking it up. There it is. This is the school, journalism club.
That shifty looking one on the right is kind of skeeving me out.
It's okay, she's just a writer. She likes to write a lot. So you know, going off of, again, Japanese tropes, the 7 mysteries of the school trope is in, you know, effect here, where you gotta solve, what are these 7 wonders of the school? You know, I think the most people know about these is from, Kingdom Hearts 2 with the 7 wonders of Twilight Town or whatever.
I was just thinking that, yeah.
But that's a common trope in Japan, where every school has 7 wonders, things that are slightly off there.
I have no idea the layout of this place, so,
You learn it fairly quickly. There is a really good map, which I think you can open with the, gamepad, which is really good. I might be super wrong. Oh no, map is on triangle, it says.
Huh. Okay, so I have to go to the left, down, then to the right, got it.
Yeah, so it's a really interesting. It's better to just go off the mini map than anything, because you're always gonna be at a. Oh yeah, there's minotaurs and like orcs and stuff who are just the custodians.
Of course they are. Why would they be our equals?
So there's an episode of the show where they demand equal pay, and Akko's like, you know what? I agree. Down with the bourgeoisie. And she starts making like Soviet Union style demands, and she's like, it's great. No, you have to go back out into that main hallway.
Oh
there.
yeah, okay. That kind of confused me a little bit there.
Yeah, because if you look, like you're going up there, and then now you're in the vertical hallway on the map. So if you see on the mini map there, it's rotated, but yeah. So like it's a little weird, but then once you get used to it, actually is kind of a good map system.
More characters to interact with, eh?
Alright, you ready for the Draco Malfoy?
Oh my fucking god.
And that's the crab in the boil.
Goyle.
Is it Goyle? Well.
That's probably what he was based off anyway. Okay, you done emoting there? Thank you. I've noticed this game runs at a very cinematic frame rate.
Yes, it runs at the same frame rate as anime, which is 23 frames per second. There's a couple instances where it's at 30 for other things. For like UI and stuff, it's running at 30. But for the most part, the actual character animations are done at quite a lower frame rate, which I think makes it, again, look really good. So this game is made by, I think it's A+ Productions, or is it's not A1, that's the anime studio. Let's see here, this is made by A+ Games, who I think are pretty much only known for this and an upcoming project that was just announced a couple days ago, being the Kill la Kill fighting game.
Oh yeah.
Which similarly looks to use the amazing, you know, engine for making these look just like Trigger characters.
Oh, I fucking love me some Kill la Kill, mate. That I have seen from beginning to end, in the dub, no less.
It's so good. Actually, there's a lot of crossover for the dub voice actors. Akko is also voiced by Erica Mendez, aka Ryuko, and they do different enough voices that it doesn't feel like it's, you know, the same. No, you want to go down. Okay.
Again, that's me not reading the thing correctly.
Yeah, it's a bit weird once at the start, but it gets better there. No, so I really recommend, if you're going to watch this, to watch the dub. It's really good, and in particular, there's a teacher you meet later named Ursula, who's a pretty important character, but she, her dub voice actress, I don't know what it is, but she's like my favorite voiced character in English ever.
Why was I called in?
It's your choice!
I forgot to water the plants. Always forgetting to water the plants. God, why don't you just tell me instead of being passive-aggressive about it?
So you just told her. She's like, she didn't even know what you did, and she said, what did you do? And it was just like, oh, that's what you did. Also, yeah, she's doing Trunks' super move right now.
Freeze up! You can stop now, it's fine.
No, she's gonna keep going. Yeah, there are some very exaggerated anime expressions for certain characters. Other ones are a bit more reserved, but there's a few that get pretty wacky.
Fair enough, man, fair enough. It's just going to be this for about 20 to 25 minutes, I can tell you that now.
Yeah, pretty much. So I'll get a few more things. Oh, there was a if you pre-ordered this game, you would get a bonus game, which was a Gradius-style space shooter set in the universe.
Whoa.
Which is cool. It is now available for free for everyone to download, though. Which was a shame, kind of. It just came out so quickly for everyone, because I was like, I made sure to pre-order it. I'm like, I gotta make sure I get this space shooter, right? And then I didn't even get a chance to cover it on my channel, because I don't, just by the way, I'm playing through this whole game on my channel.
There you go.
Because I was like, before I even got a chance to show off that game for people, it's like, it's free for everyone, so it doesn't really even matter. Alright, so we get to meet the two best friend characters.
Yeah, might as well get all the reminiscences in, just so people know a little bit about Little Witch, and maybe check it out on Netflix after this. I know I will.
I would definitely recommend, if you're going to watch it, to watch, even though the shorts are kind of take place in the middle of the show, I do recommend going short 1, short 2, and then the actual show, because just by the way it introduces things, it does a really good job.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't get people who say that when, you know, there's a big series of something that's already out, they say they want to watch it, like, in canon order. It's like, no, watch it in the order it was released, because that's kind of the intended way, right?
Yeah.
So...
The art style is growing on me, I have to say. The frame rate is a bit weird in a game, as opposed to an actual anime.
Little bit, yeah. I will say it looks better than 3D anime that try and do the 3D stuff.
Oh my. Yeah, we talking about Jump Force here?
Oh, no, I was talking about Berserk.
Okay. Oh, Jesus. Yeah, fuck me.
Actually, like, honestly, Jump Force, I think, is interesting. I don't hate it. But, definitely, like, this art style looks, like, perfect.
Yeah, for sure.
You know, this and, like, the Kill la Kill game is going for the same thing, where if you pause it, it looks like a shot from the show. Because of how the shading and everything works. And, like, Dragon Ball FighterZ, like, and Guilty Gear, those are all, like, witchcraft, pardon my pun. Because it's just, like, how do you get them to look so good? This is probably the most popular character from the show. I mean, she kind of is a terrible person, though.
Poison. One of those witches, okay.
She just came to the school because she wants to make the most deadly poison possible.
Jesus Christ. That Philippines thing that I'm unaware of?
I'm not sure. I think it's just more that she's weird. Or like, you know, a traditional witch sort of thing.
Okay. That voice sounds familiar.
That is No from Kill la Kill.
Okay.
That voice, her voice there, is the same voice that is in every Trigger property. Let me get the name, because she's like, yeah, she's pretty prolific for doing this one voice. Of course, you watched Kill la Kill on English, right?
Oh yeah.
So then you got Sarah Ann Williams then. Who does a good job? Okay, here we go. She is Haruko Haruhara from Fooly Cooly, Nono from Kill la Kill. Let's see if there's anything here that you might know.
Testing my anime knowledge here.
No, that's about it for all you know. She was, yeah, then Midori from Space Patrol Luluko. Oh, she was Honey in Metabots. Who is Honey? I don't even know that character.
Yeah, I watched the dub for Metabots.
Oh yeah, that's the only way to watch it.
Oh
so
yeah,
good.
Metabots Row Battle. Alright. Gotta sleep fast.
So, I will let you know right now, this game is Groundhog Day.
Okay.
So, you have one day that you repeat over and over, and that is the crux. That's how you get the... Oh, and also anime intro.
Cool.
Let this play out.
My god, we're not gonna get like a copyright strike, are we?
Not a strike, no, but I did get blocked for, not the blocked, but the content ID.
Thank you. Everyone always gets copyright strikes and blocked mixed with content ID.
Yeah, no, I always try and pick my words carefully because, yeah.
Oh, good enough way to end the quick look, I guess, because if it's just going to be like talking and whatnot, I think we're showing off how things work here.
Yeah, so I will say the main gameplay loop is essentially, every hour, characters are in certain places and they have certain missions, and you want to try and complete all their missions, and it'll usually be stuff like, go here and get this before this time, and there's even some really cool stuff where, you know, a character says, hey, if you go to this store, you can get this thing for me, can you do that? And you're like, yeah, but then roaming the hallways are teachers who want to talk to you, so you have to avoid them, otherwise you take too long. So there's little stuff with like walking around the school, and then other times it's like, just get me this item for the mission there, and, you know, all that stuff.
Look at this gameplay that doesn't appear for like 2 hours.
One thing I will say that might be interesting to you, there's the one girl, you might have seen her use a gun there. Her whole shtick is that she uses technology instead of magic, and she has a Sega Saturn with her always.
Oh, that's great.
And that Sega Saturn turns into a tiny robot to attack. And she can also, turn the Sega Saturn into a giant mech. She's the best.
Well, I'm fine with slow burning anime games, but for the purposes of a quick look, it's not exactly a great thing, you know what I mean? So, any closing thoughts on Chamber of Time, mate? Feel free to shield your ongoing playthrough, if you would.
So yes, over on my channel, Tanner of the North, previously known as Goodbye 18,000, but I changed it up for the sake of changing it up. I'm playing through the whole game there, so if you're interested and want to see a little bit more, you can go see it on that channel. Of course, I do know a lot. I've watched the whole Little Witch Academia series, so I do have the knowledge of that there. But I do think that right now, you know, because we just had to reveal the Kill la Kill game, and people were saying that, you know, it's in bad hands because of this game. I actually really like this game. I think it's very charming. The problems is the balance of it with the school life there. But I do think if you're interested in Little Witch Academia, this is like a great game to go into after the anime, because it just gives you that character interaction that, you know, I crave from
sure.
Short-lived anime and stuff. So I think the Kill la Kill game's in good hands for those who are wondering. But yeah, if you're interested, go check it out on my channel. For
sure. A little bit too much of a slow burn for me, but who knows? Maybe I'll put it on a patrons poll later in the year for 2019, and we'll see what's what. We'll let the patrons decide, and hopefully by then I'll have watched all of Little Witch Academia. But thank you, POTK, for pledging and commissioning this. Like I've mentioned to my patrons and whatnot, please either pause or don't pledge for July, because I'm catching up on stuff right now and I need a bit of a break. I would recommend putting that money instead towards the HFC Sega-thon, which is raising money for Child's Play. That starts on July 16th, and if you want to continue getting quick looks and whatnot, maybe pledge before August 1st, and yeah, we can carry on doing like quick looks and whatnot for you. But hey, that's enough shilling and rambling for now. We'll see you next time for another HFC Patreon quick look. Bye bye.
Ciao.